Don't tell Doug and Marjorie, but I'm stealing their channel for a week. How's up, sis? How's it going?
What's up, brother? I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, living life.
I'm good. Looks like the weather out in Boston is good this weekend.
Yeah, just trying to enjoy it, just trying to enjoy it.
Good. How have things been going?
Pretty good. I'm starting to go kind of crazy here in Boston, though.
What do you mean?
Yeah, ever since I started driving out here, I feel like I've just become a genuinely angry person.
What?
No, I'm serious. It's like everyone's out to get you, and I'm just like grumpy all the time. I don't get it.
Drew, you're not really sounding like a Coloradan anymore.
I know. Dare I say I'm becoming a masshole?
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, did you see Mom and Dad just dropped another video?
Yeah, Mom and Dad said they were going to make one about their Newfoundland trip. I heard they've been seeing lots of birds and vistas in Canada. It sounds ideal.
Yeah, I honestly am really jealous of them. Like, it seems like they just have a super good time, see really cool things. The whole like long-term adventure thing seems like super cool.
Well, Drew, maybe that's what you need.
Now, what do you mean?
Well, you're stuck in Boston a lot. You're starting to feel grumpy. You're working all the time. Maybe you should get outside and explore your Colorado roots again. Become a little more Colorado again.
And thus an idea was born.
Hey y'all, it's day 2. Had a good night's sleep and starting the day with a nice 5 miles uphill. Start day 3, had a nice sleep last night just off the trail and woke up to an absolutely gorgeous view of Little Scraggy Peak. Got up pretty early and hiked up to the top of the saddle here. We had some nice views of the valleys out behind, but the real kicker was the Continental Divide, which you can see behind. We're going to be hiking pretty much from here out to the north, over Kenosha Pass, and then on the Breckenridge.
Hiking towards the Continental Divide capped off a great first week of hiking and learning on the Colorado Trail. It was a treat to watch as these mountains, that started so far away, grew closer and larger. As we reached Georgia Pass, we were greeted by Mount Geo, the first high peak of many we would pass along the trail. We also saw our first CDT marker at the point where the Continental Divide Trail meets the CT. The two would follow each other for the next 400 miles.
This is one of my favorite parts about hiking the CT, is you'll come along and find a meadow like this with just a silly amount of wildflowers, all kinds of things.
Throughout the trail, it amazed me to see the variety of flowers, often surviving in the harsh conditions of the alpine. Coral paintbrush has been one of my favorites, and its varieties of red, orange, yellow, and violet popped out as we walked along.
In the Rockies, we tend to always get afternoon thunderstorms. So when you're approaching an area above tree line like today, now you gotta start paying attention to what's going on, watch the clouds, and either decide to go up or wait in a beautiful meadow like this one here. Well, as I said, it's important to pay attention to the weather once you're getting up and exposed. Definitely about the most exposed that I would like to be. Lots of rain clouds, just a little bit of rain, no thunder, but when you're up here, things can change very quickly.
Sure, your little eyes will be winking. I get confused 'cause I don't know where I stand, and then you smile and hold my hand. Love is kind of crazy.
Mount Massive is one of the first 14ers that we passed on the CT, and was the first one that I decided to climb. The second highest 14er in the state, it definitely gets your blood pumping, especially once you make it to the final ridge. But looking out at the Rockies from the high peak is one of the best places to relax and feel a little bit closer to something bigger than yourself.
Here comes a hot guitar lick. Guitar lick. Hot guitar lick. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a house.
So I'm currently hiking through the West Collegiate Trail. But yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous out here today. Easy ridgeline hiking, at least right now, not too much up and too much down compared to the last few days, and gorgeous views. Starting the day here with a easy 5-mile, 3,000-foot vertical climb up to the ridgeline of Waverly Peak, followed by a easy steep 1-mile, 1,500-foot descent, an easy 2-mile, 1,500-foot ascend, and then another 3,000-foot descent to the end of 18 miles today. So not hard at all. just summited or got up to the ridgeline of Bald Peak, which is the last high point of the Collegiate West Trail. Had a great few days hanging out with Sam and Ashley and Nola out in BV, and then getting a ride up to Cottonwood Pass, and now finishing out this section of the trail with some of the highest 14ers around. Really pretty escapes, just hiking into Monarch Pass.
Ever since I was told that cone was real, it tasted good. I love cone. Cone. It's cone. I hope you really have a cone-tastic day.
All right, y'all, I'm so excited right now. I haven't seen these things since Lost Creek Wilderness at the beginning of the trail. One of the best treats on the trail is if you find some wild raspberries. These things are so sweet and tangy. I'm happy to know these things are up here. I didn't think that they grew at altitude. I was kind of sad I wasn't gonna get any more. Good morning from the top of San Luis Peak. What a nice introduction to the San Juan Mountains.
Stretch your ass to wear and your suicide poem, and across from a faith that died before.
We're getting some just gorgeous views of the San Juans this morning. Red Mountain, Red Cloud, the pyramid, I don't know its full name. And also it's really cool just to see all these clouds kind of sitting just below the ridgeline. I was lucky enough I was kind of getting chased by one of the clouds as I was going up this morning, so happy I made it up before the coverage did.
Entering the Wemanuche Wilderness is one of the highlights of the trail, from the high mesa views of Errol and Vessel peaks to the deep gorge you pass through along the way. It really speaks to the hard work thousands of volunteers have completed to make the CT possible. I want to thank everyone who's been involved in making and maintaining this path.
Well, kind of cool. I'm just passing out of Maggie Gulch, been walking through the upper San Juans the last few days, and you don't see this every day, but I'm just about to pass the headwaters of the Rio Grande. We pass a lot of headwaters up here along Continental Divide in Colorado, but none as big as the Rio, so that's kind of cool.
Taking the historic narrow gauge line into Silverton was pretty cool. It was funny to see the train stop on the side of the track just to pick up some smelly backpackers. Even though the ride was pretty short, it was a great sidetrack to grab the world's best pizza and beer. It also highlighted one of the great parts of the trail that I didn't get to document a ton. Hiker culture on the trail is so special. Getting to interact with other thru hikers that are in it for the long haul with you generates a great bond.
Yay!
Yar! I want to thank all the amazing people I met along the way.
Got a grip, reality sneaks up, it gives you the slip, as if you ever knew what it was, taking you down the line, looking for his Buffalo River home.
Nice campsite tonight, just enjoying the view.
On a Buffalo River home.
Well, I can't believe it's here, but today's the last full day on the trail. I camped up a really pretty spot last night, headed up to Indian Rage this morning for about 5 miles over to Taylor Lake, and then it's down about 6,000 feet into Durango.
I wanna work at Alfalfa's, where the cheese is dairy free. A Birkenstock, spandex, necktie, patchouli, grocery store.
As we approached the end of the trail, we came upon Goody's Rest, marking the last ascent into town. Goody is the grandmother of the Colorado Trail, and her spirit lives on via the generosity of thousands of volunteers that keep the trail what it is today.
0.2 miles to go! Woo! 50 feet to go! Oh my goodness.
Ride home on my mountain bike, just in time to turn on my solar-powered growing lights. When I grow up, if I could